Hey guys, how y'all doing? Welcome back to another reading vlog. This one is a pretty special one and I'm really excited to do it. But I'm going to be reading some childhood favorites from grades 1 to 3, so like 2006 through like 2008-ish. This is completely inspired by BooksandLala. I absolutely love these vlogs from her, so they're 100% inspired by BooksandLala. I'll try to link her channel and her videos down below so you guys can check them out if you haven't seen them already, but they're golden. So I've always been a really big reader from about grade 1 onward, so I have a lot of books that I love and it's kind of hard for me to differentiate what years they were read in. So some of these I might not have read in this time frame, but I'm pretty sure that I have. First, let's get into what books I'm planning on reading, or some books that I love from around that time frame of grade 1 through 3, and then I'll kind of do what BooksandLala did and kind of show some old photos or memorabilia from around that time frame as well, because I really love those parts of her vlogs. So there's a lot of books that I loved from this time frame. I have a whole stack of them right here. Some of them I won't be reading because I've either read them recently or I have plans to read them soon for a different video. So let's talk about the ones that I don't plan on reading that I'm pretty sure I read in this time frame. So the first one is The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. I read this for my Capturing Classics reading vlog series. If you want to go check out all of my thoughts on this and go check out that video, I'm really proud of it, so I'd love if you would go check it out. But this was one of my absolute favorite books growing up, like as a kid. I read it countless times. This is my beat up, battered up copy, and I absolutely love this story so much. So this was definitely one of my favorites. So if I didn't read it for that vlog, or if I didn't have that vlog series, I definitely would have been rereading it, but I just love the story so much. The next one is Pippi Longstocking by Astrid Lindgren. This was another one that I love so much. I read this book from the library when I was a kid, and anytime I would go to the library and I couldn't find something to read, or I didn't know what I wanted to read, I would always just check this out. And also the sequel, which I think Pippi in the South Seas is the other one that I would always read. I don't know if I ever read Pippi Goes on Board, but I definitely read Pippi in the South Seas. But I absolutely loved Pippi Longstocking, loved the movie, watched it all the time. The reason I'm not going to be reading this in this vlog is because I'm going to be doing another Capturing Classics vlog featuring this one. I don't know when, but it's going to be coming at some point, so that's why I'm not reading in this vlog. But I definitely remember reading this book and absolutely adoring it. And then the last one is just a similar situation. I'm going to be reading it for Capturing Classics one day, but that is Matilda by Roald Dahl. This is one that I'm actually not sure if I read in this time frame, if I read it a little bit later. I remember reading it from my school library, but this one is obviously like a part of a lot of people's childhoods, I feel like, so I just feel like I really had to mention these three books even though I won't be reading them. But the other ones I pretty much plan on reading. Let's get through those. So the first batch of books I feel like most children read, at least when I was growing up, and they're the ones that I feel like you guys will probably recognize the most out of this whole stack. But the first ones are Flat Stanley and Invisible Stanley, both by Jeff Brown. These were a huge part of my childhood, and I'll show you like just how much in a second when I like go through my memorabilia, because I have some Flat Stanley stuff. But me and my whole class were obsessed with Flat Stanley. I believe we read this in class and we like had to make Flat Stanley dolls, but I absolutely adore Flat Stanley. The concept is really stupid, but I absolutely adore it. I just think they're so much fun, and I cannot wait to reread these ones and hopefully still get some enjoyment out of them because they're just like so cute. These ones I definitely plan on rereading. And then we have some Junie B Jones books. So these are all of the copies of Junie B Jones that I own, except for one. I have one that's like an Easter Bunny one, but I'm not going to be rereading that one. But I might reread all of these, or I might just reread a few of these. I haven't fully decided yet. I think I want to read them all. I don't know. But the ones that I have is Junie B Jones and Her Big Fat Mouth, Junie B Jones and That Meanie Jim's Birthday, Junie B Jones Loves Handsome Warren. This is one of my favorite ones growing up. And Junie B Jones Has a Monster Under Her Bed, Junie B Jones and The Mushy Gushy Valentine. This was actually my favorite. Junie B Jones Is a Graduation Girl, and Junie B First Grader Toothless Wonder. These are all the Junie B Jones that I own. I know that I've read more than this, but I don't own them all. I would read it from like libraries and things. It's definitely a plan of mine one day to own them all, but these I think were definitely my absolute favorites. Like Junie B Jones stole my entire heart. I had like a journal from Junie B Jones that like you had to like fill out, and then there was also like a school survival guide as well that like I legitimately tried to follow follow. But I don't know, I think she was such an inspiration, and I don't even know why. I don't remember like huge details, but I just remember her being so funny. And I remember reading these as a kid, and I would read like one or two in like a single night, and I'd be so proud of myself for getting through like an entire book. I thought it was like such an accomplishment, which I guess back then it kind of was to read a book like this in one sitting, but I don't really know. I love Junie B. Jones a whole heck of a lot, and I'm really excited to get to these ones, and I think these are the ones that I'm most excited to get to. So Flat Stanley and Junie B. Jones are the ones I'm most excited to get to. Then I also have Judy Moody Was in a Mood, Not a Good Mood, a Bad Mood by Megan McDonald. I don't actually know if I read this between the grades of 1 and 3. I might have read it in grade 4, but I was always like ahead of like my reading level. My reading comprehension was always like one above my other peers, so I genuinely have no idea when I read this. So I might read this one, but not entirely sure. And then we have The Beast of Clawstone Castle by Eva Batson. I don't know if any of you will know what this book is. I read this from my school's library, and I was obsessed with it. And I actually didn't think that I read this in this time frame, but then I was reading one of my old school journals when I was like collecting memorabilia, and I mentioned reading this book in grade 2. And I was like, I read this at that age? Like, what? It's just like a fun, spooky book, and I was gonna read it during Halloween one year recently, and then I just never did. But we're gonna be rereading this today because I loved this book, and I'm hoping that I still love it. It's always a gamble when you reread childhood favorites to see if they like still hold up in your eyes, but I'm really hoping this one does. The other one that I know for sure I'm going to be rereading is Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. This one was a huge part of my childhood. This in grade 1, I believe it was. My teacher would always read this book to us or watch the cartoon movie. But this was my favorite picture book growing up, so much so that I literally bought it like in grade 6 or something from like the Scholastic Book Fair, I believe. Yeah, I love this book, and so I thought this would just be like a fun, quick read to kind of just like throw in here, because why the hell not, you know? Oh my god. I also remember my teacher had a little Wild Thing stuffy that she would have, and we would like take turns taking it home, and I wish that I had a picture of it. I could have sworn I took pictures of it, but I don't have any pictures. But it was like a little Wild Thing doll that would each get to take home and play with for like a couple days or like a weekend, or I can't remember. And she did this for years. Like my brother did it when he was in her class years before. But there was a kid in my class who took it home and stole it. He said he lost it, but he totally stole it and just didn't bring it back, and so he ruined it for all the other kids. They didn't get to have this magical moment of taking a Wild Thing home. Tragic, but that is like my biggest memory associated with that. And then I have a couple other books that I don't know if I'll be reading, if I'll have time to read, because I'm really only doing this today, and whatever I can get read today is what I'm reading. But we have The Trouble with Tink. I loved these Tinkerbell books. I have a few more of them, but I thought this would just be like the most generic one to read. And then Fairy Dust and the Quest for the Egg by Gail Carson Levine. I loved Tinkerbell. It's my mom's favorite Disney character, so I always kind of grew up around Tinkerbell, so I know for sure that I loved these ones. I have more specific memories of this book than this one, but yeah, I don't have like a huge attachment to either of these to where I need to read them today, so we'll just kind of see what happens. Yeah, I do have more books that I definitely read within this time frame. I just don't own them, and I didn't want to be buying a whole bunch of books for this video like experiment. I also have books that I can't find. I know that I have boxes of books downstairs in my basement full of childhood books, but I just can't find one of the boxes that I know has some like rainbow magic fairy books in them that I can't find. Like, I'm heartbroken because I definitely would have reread some of those books. If I ever find them, I might do a part 2 to this video, but who knows. Now let's go through some of the memorabilia, because how fun. So let's go through Flat Stanley first. So this one's more recent, but my friend for Christmas, my best friend, who we've been best friends since we were 5, but she gave me a whole bunch of like little like Flat Stanley things. She made me this cute little bookmark with a Flat Stanley cover on it. It's so cute. But also, as a kid, I made an actual Flat Stanley doll. And this one isn't one from school. I did this one on my own time. It's got an awful coloring job. But we've got Flat Stanley in an outfit that says I Heart New York. And then I mainly did this, I remember, because I found this little envelope and I was like, oh my god, this is just like the envelope they used in the book. So that's that. Super cute. I had one of these little journals. It says Adventures with Stanley. I remember, I think it was like an assignment or something, or maybe I just did this for fun. I have no idea. But I took Flat Stanley with me to Disneyland. I just took a random Flat Stanley doll, not this one, I don't think. I had a different one that I just took to Disneyland with me and wrote about my adventures with Flat Stanley. So this is October 2nd, 2007. It says, on Sunday the 30th, me, my dad, and Luke went on a plane to Disneyland. Me and Stanley was watching some shows and movies. It was a 3-hour, I lose spell hour, O-W-E-R, flight, and we had some Starburst, and Stanley liked it so much he asked for more. He was so excited, he couldn't wait to be there. He also loved the Doodle Bops. I loved the Doodle Bops. Oh my god, let me know if you guys know what that show is, because I love the Doodle Bops. As soon as we got there, he said, let's go on the rocket ship, so we did. Next time we went on the Star Tours. We both did not like it at all. I don't like Star Tours. And he also came to Build-A-Bear. Oh my god, that's so funny. All this was an assignment, because here's a note from my teacher that says, wow, what a great vacation. Sounds like Stanley had a lot of fun too. Okay, so that was my adventures with Stanley. Wild. Why did I literally just take a Flat Stanley paper thing with me? I do not know. Junie B. Jones, like I said, was the biggest part of my childhood. I literally, when I ordered the Graduation Girl thing from the Scholastic book order, it came with a little Junie B. Jones doll that I'm so happy I still have. Look at that. Oh my god, isn't she so cute? Her hair is wacky. But like, isn't that like the cutest little thing you ever did see? She's got her little graduation robe on with the grape juice splatters. Like, come on. Iconic. It's so funny. So I thought that I would just show that to you because like, how cute. And then also, I had this little notebook. It's got some Hannah Montana and Incredibles stickers on it randomly. But I had this little notebook that I would just like write random things in. And I totally wrote some Junie B. Jones fan fiction. If you guys ever catch me telling you that I've never written fan fiction before, it is a lie. It's a lie because I wrote Junie B. Jones fan fiction. Junie B. Jones gives and gets a mushy gushy Valentine. I tried to write a sequel to Junie B. Jones and the Mushy Gushy Valentine. Because even as a child, I was obsessed with romance, and so any book that had romance in it from Junie B. Jones, I was obsessed with. So this is where she gets a secret Valentine from somebody in her class, and she doesn't know who it's from. And I used like Junie B. Jones stickers that came in one of my like extra Junie B. Jones books. But it's, oh my god, chapter 1, Meanie Jim. I was obsessed with Junie B. Jones and Meanie Jim. My name is Junie B. Jones. The B stands for Beatrice. Except I don't like Beatrice. I just like B, and that's all. Oh my god, that's how every Junie B. Jones book started out. I totally forgot that. My teacher's name is Mrs. She has another name too, but I just like Mrs. and that's all. And there's a holiday called Valentine's Day. It's about friendship. And there's a boy. His name is Warren. Oh my god, wait, he's from the other book. Oh my god, what? And I'm going to make him a big mushy gushy Valentine. Oh, Valentine. Right, she called it Valentine's Day, my bad. Fun, I even drew a picture. How many chapters are there? There are 4 chapters. That is iconic. So I thought that I would share that with you because I vividly remember doing this. And I was obsessed with the Mushy Gushy Valentine, and I wanted all my Valentines who look like that one, so that's fun. I have another one of my journals here. I don't know what this one is. Oh, I wrote about reading Junie B. Jones Has a Monster Under Her Bed. This one. So this was April 17th, 2007 is when I read Junie B. Jones Has a Monster Under Her Bed. I love playing school. I really did. I would play school all the time in my basement. I had like a huge whiteboard and I would just sit there and pretend to teach invisible students. Let me know if you also did that as a kid because that was like my favorite pastime. It is fun. I have a Junie B. Jones book. They are cool. I spelled cool C-K-O-O-L. Interesting. Junie B. Jones Has a Monster Under Her Bed. How delightful. Let's go through some of my scrapbooks. So I have my kindergarten one here, even though I didn't read in kindergarten, but I thought it'd be fun to show you pictures anyways. I'm gonna try to block out other people that are in these pictures just out of decency. But here's me. Look how cute I was. So cute. Oh my god, this is me next to our classroom Christmas tree. Iconic. Oh my god, so this is the most iconic photo and the photo that I just had to share. But it's this photo of me reading to one of my friends. But I remember this so specifically because he told me that I couldn't read, and I couldn't. But I refused to admit that I couldn't read. So since he also couldn't read, I grabbed one of the random books on the racks and I just completely made up the story as I flipped it along to try to prove to him that I could read. And my teacher just so happened to capture the moment. Also, I'm gonna hide my best friend because I don't think she's gonna want this picture on the internet. But that was me on pajama day in my favorite Boo pajamas and my favorite Disney like varsity type jacket. So now let's go to the ones that are actually relevant. But I think this is my grade 1, also maybe parts of kindergarten. Okay, this is a really funny photo, which again I have to block somebody out of. But that was me. This is like one of my favorite photos because look how chaotic I am. I'm wearing gray like polka dotty tights, a strawberry pink and white polka dot skirt which was reversible, and a Tinkerbell shirt and some random sweater. Iconic. I'm also wearing a headband which is just beautiful. So there's that for you. That is me jumping rope, which is my favorite pastime. This is also me. Look at that. I feel like if I had like grown-up versions, like adult-size versions of those pants, I'd probably like that now. Oh, that was so cute. Okay, so now we've got grade 2. Oh, the pigeon! The pigeon books were my favorite, but I don't own a copy of them. But we would learn how to draw the pigeon, we would read about the pigeon, make predictions about the pigeon. It was my whole class's favorite thing in the world. I also wrote pigeon fan fiction, which is in the other room, which I'm not gonna grab. But isn't that funny? I need to actually sit down and read now. I think I'm gonna start out with Junie B Jones. So we're gonna start out with Junie B Jones and her big fat mouth. And I will read a few of these and update you guys on how I feel. Okay, so I sat down and I actually started off reading Where the Wild Things Are because I thought might as well just read it and get it out of the way, and it was so cute and I love it. It was like obviously just a picture book and really simple, but I thought it was just really, really cute, and I really enjoyed it. So if you guys have not read Where the Wild Things Are, I recommend it. It's adorable. But I just read the very first Junie B Jones book. Well, this isn't the first one. It's the first one that I own in the series, and it's Junie B Jones and the Big Fat Mouth, and I loved it, and I'm so happy that I loved it. I just love Junie B Jones. Okay, one, she's a fashion icon and she's only 5 years old. Let me find the picture. Look at that outfit. Cutie. I don't know, we stan Junie B. She's so funny and so snarky, and she just, I don't know, I love her. And I feel like this book was like filled with nice messages without being like too preachy or anything. Like I loved the end here because the whole plot of this story is it's job day at school and she doesn't know what she wants to be when she grows up, which by the way, why the hell does she need to find that out at 5 years old? But like whatever. And she can't figure it out. And she ends up realizing that she wants to be a janitor because she loves the janitor because he looks out for her, and she wants to paint and she wants to have like a lot of keys and save people's lives, and so she wants to be a janitor. And the class starts laughing at her on job day when she comes dressed as a janitor and is all excited about it, but she's like, it's an important job. And the teacher stands up for her and all of that, and then Meanie Jim is like, but that's a boy's job, you have to be a boy and you're a girl. And she's like, no you don't, girls can do anything boys can do. And I'm like, damn right sis, like you can do whatever the hell you want to do. You can be a janitor if you want to be a janitor. And I thought it was so cute. Yeah, this definitely stands the test of time, and I loved it so much, and I'm definitely gonna just sit here and binge read all of these books because I need this kind of happiness in my life right now. So I've now read 2 more Junie B Jones books. I read Junie B Jones and That Meanie Jim's Birthday, and I also read Junie B Jones Loves Handsome Warren. These were both, again, so cute. I'm actually finding myself laughing out loud, which is just so funny. So I'm really, really enjoying them, but my eyes for some reason are starting to bother me, which was unexpected to happen this early. But I'm gonna take a bit of a break, go make and eat some lunch, and then I'm gonna be picking up Junie B Jones Has a Monster Under Her Bed because I'm just loving these books so much and I just want to read them all, and I can't wait to collect them all one day because I just love them so much. And if I ever have a kid, I'm definitely making them read these books because they are just so much fun and so cute, and I love children's books. They're so much fun. But yeah, we have 4 more Junie B Jones books to read. Okay, I'm ready for some lunch. If Junie B Jones eats mac and cheese, then I eat mac and cheese. I am genuinely loving reading these so much, like way more than I think I even thought that I would. They're just so cute and funny, and Junie B Jones is just so endearing, and I love her. I think this is like the exact kind of self-care that I needed, that I didn't even know that I needed, but I'm really enjoying myself. So this one is done, and now on to Mushy Gushy. Okay, so I've now finished Junie B. Jones and the Mushy Gushy Valentine, and this was always my favorite as a kid. I loved it so much. It's definitely my like most well-loved book. I still loved it so much. I think it's so cute and pure and innocent, and it really reminds me of what it felt like to have like a first crush and all that like excitement and shyness, and it's just so cute. And thinking about it, I'm pretty sure Meanie Jim and Junie B. Jones were my very first OTP. So we stand. But I'm just loving Junie B. Jones so much. She's just so cute. So I have 2 more to read, and I'm very excited, and I can't wait to finish them. So this one, she's about to graduate kindergarten, and I am ready to read it with my little pal Junie B. I am such an emotional person because just reading her graduate and how everyone was laughing at her for spilling grape juice on her dress, and then they saw her cry, and so they felt bad. They wanted her to feel better, and so Meanie Jim suggested that they all color polka dots on their graduation robes, and it was just so cute. It was so cute, and I almost started to cry, and I have 1 book left, and I'm so emotional. I need to buy the rest of these books at some point because, oh my lord, I just love this story so much. So it's the end of the night now, so let me just wrap up everything that I've read today, which was a lot. I didn't get everything read that I wanted to get read, but that's fine. So let's just do a quick rundown of everything. So the first thing that I read was Where the Wild Things Are. This is by Maurice Sendak. This is one of my favorite picture books, and I really enjoyed it. It's just like a really quick, simple picture book that is just cute and fun, and is something that I definitely will read to my kids one day if I ever have kids, because I just think it's such a cute little story. And then I read all of the Junie B. Jones books that I mentioned earlier. So Junie B. Jones and Her Big Fat Mouth, which, by the way, Junie B. Jones is so cute in this book. We have Junie B. Jones and That Meanie Jim's Birthday. We have Junie B. Jones Loves Handsome Warren, which is always one of my favorites. Junie B. Jones Has a Monster Under Her Bed. Junie B. Jones and the Mushy Gushy Valentine, which is my favorite. And then Junie B. Jones Is a Graduation Girl, which I think is another one of my favorites as well. And then I read this and didn't update you guys, but I read Junie B. First Grader, Toothless Wonder, and this one was really fun. I think this is like the 3rd book in the first grader part of Junie B. Jones. I still really loved this one, but I think I enjoy the kindergarten ones just a little bit more, but I still really like this one. It's all about her losing her first front tooth. Really enjoyed that one, and I really just love the Junie B. Jones books. They really just remind me of a much simpler time, because she's going through all of these things, you know, that we go through as kids, and that like really in the grand scheme of things aren't a big deal, but when you are that age it seems like the end of the world, and it's scary and it's weird. First crushes, losing teeth, monsters under beds. It's just super cute, and I really love these books. I also read Flat Stanley and Invisible Stanley, and these were also really fun. Kind of stupid, but that's to be expected with a story where a kid goes completely flat from a bulletin board falling on him, but these were kind of dumb but fun at the same time. They're very nostalgic. And then the last thing that I read was Judy Moody Was in a Mood, not a good mood, a bad mood. I just finished this like right now, and it was okay. Not my favorite thing in the world. I don't think this was by any means ever like a favorite book, but it was fun. It's cute. Judy Moody is spunky and funny, so this one was fun. Glad that I reread it, but I think the biggest success, like I said, of this whole video was definitely rereading Junie B. Jones, and I am just like the biggest fan of these, and I'm really happy that I reread them. So I did not get to The Beast of Clostone Castle. I did start it, and I got to chapter 3, page 16, but I just wasn't feeling it. I'm just not in the mood to read a book like this right now, and I just couldn't concentrate on it. Reading books with pictures and like slow, like, you know, big print was a lot easier today, especially since I did read a lot today. This is just not something I want to focus on. And then I did not get around to either Tinkerbell book, but if I ever do another part to this reading vlog for this, like for these grades, then I might read these ones if I can find some of my other childhood books that I can't find. Yeah, I had a really successful reading day. I think I read 11 books, which is pretty fun. So I read 11 books today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing the other ones that I'm going to be doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a huge thumbs up if you did enjoy. Comment down below what some of your favorite childhood books are. Let me know if you ever read any of the books that I read today. Subscribe if you've not yet already, and I will see you guys next time.